very simple. We use the code less than and then button and then greater than. Okay, so that is it. I've created the button. Now for every button there is always something written on top. Some say follow, some say sign up, some say learn more. They are all buttons. So let's create a button that says so we have it suggested, say submit. Okay, so whatever you want the button to say, the text written on your button, you type it in between the open button tag and the close button tag. So I'm just going to say sign up. Sign up. Okay, so I created a sign up button. So I'm going to save this and then let's check it out in the browser. Look at that. Can you see that I've created a sign up button? You can see it's a very basic sign up button, no colors. It's just like that. I can't add a width, a height. This is where CSS come into play. So let's try to design this button. Okay, so I have a guide here. Let's look at this guide. Okay, look at this. We want to create a button that is black, that has a black background. It's saying request now. Look at this, the corners are sharp, and I'm going to try to replicate this particular Uber button. So let's go through that. So remember I said that whatever you want the button to say, you write it in between. So the button says request now. So I'm going to change this to request now. Okay, that's it. So save, check on it. Now I have a request now. Now the button has a black background, so let's take care of that. So I'm going to go into the CSS file. Okay, for me to target the button, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say instead of body, I'm going to say button. I'm going to say button because I want the button to be black in background. So I'm now going to say background color. I just wonder how it knew that I want to make my background color black. So background color black. Okay, I'll just save this immediately and then I'm going to see what happens here. So let's see background color black. Look at that, background color is black, but because the text on it was black colors, it's as if the text has disappeared. The text did not disappear, it's just that the color of the text is also black. So if we're making the background color to be black, it means the text has to be white. So the next thing we're going to do is to make the text white. We'll go to the CSS file. To change text color, we simply say color. Okay, we simply say color. So color white. I'm going to save. By the time we come back to the browser and check, so now we have a request now with a black background, and a white color. Okay, let's make, because if you look at this, you see that we have spaces inside. Okay, and this has a height and has a width. So let's add the height and the width to this button. There are several ways to add those spaces and heights. For now, we're just starting out. I'll just use the most basic form. I'm just going to use height and width. So let's say height. I'm going to use let's try that 36 is suggesting 36. If we use 36, px stands for pixel. So I'll just add it one after the other. I just added a height. I've saved. Look at it, looking exactly how we have it here. Okay, what about the width? Is the width okay? No, we have more spaces in the width. Like I said, there are a lot of ways we can add those spaces, but I'm just using the most basic form because this is a very basic tutorial. Okay, so the width, okay, I'll just try and see how big this 99 pixels is. If it's too big, I'm going to reduce it. Okay, so this is 96. Let's see, let me just show you. I will exaggerate this to 200, so you see that this is actually what is making it look the way it's looking like. You can see I changed it to 200. You can see that. So that means I can bring it back to, I'm going to do like 120. I see more spaces. Like I said, there are more ways to add spaces, like padding and all other ways we can add spacing, but then we're just using a basic height and width. You can see we have replicated this exact button with the spaces and the text and the color as well as the background.